Cowboy Jim. What a joy. This one, we're getting back to the elder abuse here. I'm going to do quite a few of these before Wednesday. That's when a young man, the abuser, has to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty about assaulting me right at work. And in my letting him, my unbelievable as this is, I prayed so hard. I said, God, when that young man finally loses it, God, please don't let him punch me, because I'll have to hit him before he hits me. And I said, I'll lose my job. I have to allow that abuser to hit me, and I have to keep from speaking, keep from raising my hand to defend myself, to block the blow. And I thought, I don't think I can do it. I've always known that a good defense is a very strong offense. And I prayed diligently, and I asked God, oh, please, God, give me the courage to allow myself to be beaten. Somehow I did. And that day that I got off the bus at work, some work, wherever, who cares? And I headed for the double doors at the side of the building that I had to go in. It was kind of like a foyer. And if you went straight ahead, you would go into the office structure of the company. Wonderful company. And if you hung a right, you went into a large room where we all met and meet and would have our safety meetings many times. And the rest of the time we would have our safety meetings in the bus and so on. And as I was walking towards those double doors, I saw that man coming at me from the side. And he was coming hard. He is the abuser. No man at all. Trust me. Oh, he may have had the male parts, but he did not have the male heart to care. He was an abuser. A deformity, as in psychological terms, an abhorrent apparition of self-righteousness, narcissism, self-indulgence, hate. Some characteristics he must have had as a child that went missing, like respect, honor, kindness, compassion, love. The word anomaly, well, I'm not sure what that is because I don't have my Webster's dictionary. I don't know how to Google things yet. I'm learning. Anyways, as he came across the yard at me, he was yelling. And he was singing, "Come on, tough guy, take your best shot at me." Because he knew He knew my martial arts experience. He knew he didn't have a hope in hell of taking this old Irishman. He didn't. And then he said, and he was still really walking towards me hard over my back left shoulder, I could see. I didn't miss a stride, a step. And he said, yeah, you beat me. And 20 minutes later, I'll charge you with assault. And I thought, that's what he wants me to do. He's relying on my quick response. And I thought, God, you got to help me not do this. And so I kept going towards the steps leading up into the double doors. And he was right on my back, eh? And I thought, God, what can I do to send him over the top? And then I knew. It just came to me the way my father does most things. An intuitive understanding of what to do, how to do it, how to go about it. And so I reached ahead and I grabbed that right side of the double door and I opened it really quickly and I stepped back out of his way. And he stepped one step past me. And that did it. That sent him over the top. He stepped back. He's 34. Fat, a little fat. Probably hasn't worked in a real job, manual. And he pushed me into the edge of the door. And he really pushed me into the edge of the door. And then he propelled me into the edge of the fixed door of the entry going into the company. And he hurt me then. And then he punched me. I must have had my left arm raised to be he nailed my shoulder and my ribs one punch. He only broke one rib. That night, while he was being interrogated, the safety people, they said, Jim, we have to get you out of here. I said, why? They said, well, we don't want Kyle to see you. I said, why? Well, we don't want something else to happen. I said, listen, for 6 weeks or 2 months, I knew he was going to beat me. It was just a matter of when. Just a matter of how. In what way. And anyways, that night I went for x-rays. And the doctor at a wonderful hospital here in Fort Mac, he couldn't find anything wrong with my shoulder. He was gracious enough to let me check the x-rays. I've only ever been denied by the last x-rays technician that I had not to be able to see my own x-rays. Novel idea. And I saw the screws in my shoulder and stuff like that from previous surgeries, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. That doctor and we were missing something. I went back a week later and I had x-rays, and sure enough, I knew there was a rib. I could feel it in my rib cage, one bone, the end of it rubbing against another, and I thought, I have to find out how sharp the edges of those bones are in order to ascertain that they don't tear into the diaphragm, such like. Okay. I don't know how I got on this. Oh, yes, I do. I despise abuse. I despise narcissism, arrogance, hatred. I believe it's despicable. Anyways, when he hit me and did that little rib thing, hey, by the way, a 34-year-old piece of human dung hits a 71-year-old man and only breaks one rib. That's a pussy. Abuser, I hope you're listening. You are an abuser. Anyways, I went across the room. I hit the floor at the double doors into the office. And my head and shoulders went right up to the bottom of the double doors. And that fatherless child, there's a word. Let's just call him a fatherless child. So I don't think his dad would even want to let on that he sired that apparition, semblance of a man, but no man. That coward grabbed the handle of the double doors and he pulled that back so hard against my head and my shoulder, right shoulder, and scooted me 3-4 feet across the floor. And he then stepped through the door. There was a little lady on the other side, safety lady at our company that I worked for. Good girl. Right beside her was another safety guy. And the little girl said to the abuser, "What happened to Jim?" The abuser said, "He must have fallen." And I wasn't moving very much, so I could have gotten up, drop kicked him right into eternity. I could have. Broken rib, I could care less. I've done more with more ribs broken. They got him on video. They videoed the whole thing. I didn't know that until a day or so later. Anyways, little safety lady, she's so pretty. Tall, wonderful safety guy. He corrected me one day. I used to lay down on the top of the cement dividers out in the smoke pit, and I just kind of lay there and have my cigarette. And he said, "Don't do that anymore." I said, "Yes, my brother, it's a poor reflection on the company." He said, "Yes." Anyways, this Wednesday, the 15th, that abuser is going to enter a plea. He better. Oh, it'll be innocent. Oh, it has to be. Company's videos, my testimony. He's in trouble. I hope he gets in more trouble, way beyond the assault charge, because he should. He deserves it. But I do not hope that another should suffer unduly. I wouldn't do that. It's not polite. I try to be polite. Anyways, this is abuse forward. And I think this qualifies. I think we have 145 videos. I think this is 146. I'm just going to keep going today until I hit 150. If I still feel a little grieved in my spirit that piece of human waste, well, I may make a few more. I'd like to give you my address. Not for you, but for him. And I'm pretty sure he knows where I live. I'm pretty sure he knows that I'm not afraid of him. But cowards who aren't men hire people who may not be men as well to do their dirty work when they don't have enough guts to do it themselves. I trust in God, and I do not fear man. Well, hardly call him a man. It's called elder abuse. I'm kind of pouty about that. Do I look elderly? Oh, dear Lord, I hope not. God bless you.